OnePlus just unveiled its new flagship, the OnePlus 13, and this might just be the best value flagship of 2025. First though, let's say that the global version of the phone is not released yet. This is the Chinese model that they announced, and we expect a global release in early 2025. But in previous years, it has looked exactly the same as the Chinese model. So with that in mind, let's look at all the new features and see why this is such an exciting launch. Here's the overview. The OnePlus 13 comes with a 6.8-inch screen, so it's still a big phone. It runs the latest and most powerful Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. It has a giant 6000 mAh battery and a refined triple camera system. And of course, it also charges much faster than iPhones and Galaxies, and it still keeps that signature OnePlus alert slider on the side. So let's decipher all of those features one by one. Starting first with the design. Now you get three colors this year, a blue one with a faux leather finish, then you get a black one, and finally a cool white glass version. The previous OnePlus 12 had curved sides, and this new model finally adopts a new design with flat sides, just like most other phones these days. This is good news, and I personally find these flat sides way better for ergonomics. Now, despite its huge battery, the OnePlus 13 weighs less than an iPhone 16 Pro Max or Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is 210 grams compared to nearly 230 grams on the iPhone, a difference of almost 10%. And the 6.8-inch screen is particularly impressive. It's the same size as the previous OnePlus 12 and the same crisp 1440p resolution, but it gets much brighter with 800 nits of typical brightness, up from 600 nits last year, and it also has better viewing angles and improved colors. Now, most people don't mention that, but the OnePlus 13 has the biggest vibration motor on a mainstream flagship, and that means great haptics, either for gaming or just when you type or get notifications. Under the hood, you get the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite chip. This will be on other Android rivals like the Galaxy S25 series, but the OnePlus 13 is expected to undercut them in price. And it's great that even the base model comes with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, and you can upgrade to an insane 24 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Now, in case you're not following, the Snapdragon 8 Elite is a huge upgrade from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 from last year and earlier chips. And despite just a year of a difference, it uses a brand new CPU core custom made by Qualcomm. And benchmarks show nearly 40% faster CPU speeds and a similar nearly 40% increase in gaming. This is insane. Usually such upgrades barely bring a 10% upgrade. This one is a huge leap. Of course, this means great performance for the upcoming era of AI features, and OnePlus has already unveiled the new Oxygen OS 15 software based on Android 15 that will run on this phone. You get a few AI features already built in, like object removal in the Gallery app, a few others, and many others are on the way. But the big highlight of the OnePlus 13 for me has got to be that massive 6000 mAh battery. That's 20% bigger than the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and OnePlus claims that the OnePlus 13 will have 1.93 days of battery life use. So essentially this is a 2-day battery life phone. Finally! All of that is coming with the typical for OnePlus fast charging at 100 watt speeds, so a full top-up will take just around 35 minutes. And you also get 50 watt wireless charging. For comparison, Apple just recently proudly announced 25 watt wireless charging for its latest iPhones, and the OnePlus 13 supports twice those speeds. On the back you have new cameras, now with 3 50 megapixel sensors for the main ultra-wide and zoom cameras, for consistency. The telephoto camera has 3 times zoom, but with that high resolution you also get clear images at 6 times zoom thanks to sensor cropping. And the native 3x lens is actually great news for portrait photos and for some not so far away objects. OnePlus still partners with Hasselblad for its color science, and there are some new filters and presets to mimic a Fuji style camera, but we are yet to test that in more detail, so stay tuned for that. Now, OnePlus has never been a camera champion, but it's not too far behind, and the OnePlus 13 should close the gap even further. And did we mention that this is also the first flagship phone we have seen with IP69 water protection? Now, that's a bit of a gimmick. It stands for protection from water jets and high temperature water, but it's a cool gimmick. As long as you're willing to take your phone on a water slide, it will survive it. Anyway, that's the OnePlus 13. Many new features. Once again, this is the Chinese model, but we expect the global one to be exactly the same, only with proper Oxygen OS software. We don't have a release date or the exact price for the global model yet, but the OnePlus 12 from last year started at the very affordable $800. This is a flagship after all. And we expect the OnePlus 13 to be only slightly more expensive. $900 would be our guess. So do you like what you see? And would you upgrade to the OnePlus 13 with its insane specs and insane battery life? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.